behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But before we get into that, as always, if you haven't had a chance yet, click that subscribe button and click the bell. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. And you're always welcome to leave a comment on the comments section. We'd love to hear what you think. And go to facebook.com/PaulMashTV, which is our official page, and feel free to watch everything there and like the page and comment on everything you see, and we would love to hear from you there as well. And we'd also like to hear from you on email. It's paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And we welcome bands and solo artists that want to be on the show. But hey, if you're a fan of the show and you want to send us a fan letter, you're welcome to use that same email address, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And all this is going to be repeated for you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Windsor, England, we have Mickey Berry from the band The Julia Set, another talented artist and a talented band as far as that goes. And we're going to get to that in just a second because it starts right now. Well, hello everybody. It's interview time again, and with us from Windsor, England, we have Mickey Berry from the Julia Set, and it's they're a really awesome band, and I think you're gonna like them. Thanks for joining the show, Mickey.
It's a pleasure, Paul. Great to be on finally.
Yeah, we've been trying to get you on the show for a couple of years, and well, at least you're finally here. I guess that's what the best part about it is, I guess.
Definitely, yeah. Some life gets in the way sometimes, but always got time for an interview.
Oh. Okay, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about how you decided you want to become an artist, because as you know, everybody has their own walk of life. Let's hear your story.
It started off quite a few years ago. We used to, as a family, we didn't go abroad. We didn't go to Europe, or we didn't go to, Spain or anywhere like that. We stayed in England and across the loads of resorts and stuff England has on the beaches and stuff on the coast. So we used to go away to do that. And I heard my name called out one point to go and do karaoke, and I didn't do anything about it. Apparently my mother got me on stage without telling me, and it kind of went from there. I didn't really know if I had a voice or anything, so but it felt pretty good, and people were saying, oh, that's not too bad, it's all right. So it kind of went from there. I was about maybe 14, 15, and fast forward into my mid-20s, and I decided to move away from the karaoke and actually start looking for a band to join. I knew a lot of songs, and I was influenced a lot by a lot of the American soft rock bands. I was actually born in California, so there's a big connection there for me. So to listen to those kind of bands, very much influenced by, first and foremost, the one and only Bon Jovi. So they were my first ever live concert I went to, which was the Crossroad tour in a place called Milton Keynes over in England. So that's kind of where it came from, and I carried on going that way, and eventually ended up having a bit of an affiliation for being in bands and getting my stagecraft perfected, and all over the southeast in England. And yeah, so it's kind of, from my early 20s to mid 20s, I pretty much kind of it's kind of gone from there. So and we get to this point now, and in a minute we'll talk about the band itself, but yeah, that's where it kind of came from. Holidays with the family, and doing karaoke quite a lot every week. So that's my musical history, if you like.
Okay. Well, that's quite a story there. Hope you'll be around for a while. And
yeah.
And well, what were some of the bands that you grew up with that really motivated you to be the artist you are today?
I think it's different depending on what kind of musical an instrument that you fell in love with, whether it be guitar or bass player or drummer and stuff, I think that's really important to find out from different musicians. I go to a lot of jam nights, but for me as a vocalist, I think you're drawn to the front man of these bands. One biggest regret I've always got, and I've always said in my life to this point, my biggest regret is never ever being able to see Queen with Freddie live on stage. I never got to see that. So that's my one big regret. And I've always considered Freddie Mercury to be one of the best live performers, one of the best live vocalists. So he's one of the big ones I used to love to see. The way he can perform different styles of music. You've got songs like Who Wants to Live Forever from the soundtrack of Highlander, and then you've got things like Crazy Little Thing Called Love, and you've got things like Fat Bottom Girls, and you've got things like Seven Seas of Rye. Completely different speed and styles of music, all sung by the one man. And then of course, for his stagecraft, for his personality on stage, John Bon Jovi, the way he conducts himself. So I'm pretty much learning, and I still being influenced by them to this day, and will continue to do so, is mainly the vocalists, the Bon Jovis, the Steve Tylers, the Bryan Adams, Vince Neil from Motley Crue, and the guys from Kiss. Not so much heavy metal bands like Metallica and stuff. I think they've got a different persona. I didn't really follow them as much, but yeah, the charismatic kind of vocalists and stuff. That's what I was drawn to, rather than a guitarist bass band or a big bass player and stuff. I followed the vocalists rather than anything else, and I think hopefully that does show through and shine through when I'm on stage to this day. Hopefully people still recognize that.
Okay, yeah, those are a few good bands you did mention there. I remember a lot of those bands, and they're definitely legends for sure. Well, somebody might be watching this right now, and they may want to say, I want to get the Julia Sent music. How would they do that? And how would they follow you on social media? Tell us all that information.
Well, we've kept it pretty simple, to be fair. We have a lot of capabilities to, monitor it and do the technical side of things. So we're very proficient with that, and we've kept it pretty simple. We have a website, which is thejuliaset.com, and everything we're on, every platform, every social media, streaming services, YouTube, from that kind of side of it to Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play Music, SoundCloud is a big one. All of those links are via the website. They're pretty easy to find. The website itself also, if you go to the bio page, where all of the band members are on the bio page, and we've all got a little bit of a story. Most of the stuff is pretty true to the mark. There are some funny little quips and funny jokes that we've added for anybody reading it can have a bit of a laugh. But things like when I do shave my beard properly, and I do I get rid of all this. I'm a big, as you can see from my T-shirt, I'm a big comic book fan. And I don't differentiate. I like both things like 2000 AD to Marvel to DC. I'm a more fan of that. And one of the funny things that is on the website about that is apparently Wolverine modeled himself on me. But it's the website is everything that goes through that. It's thejuliaset.com. Everything's linked to that. Every single platform we're on, there's links to it. So that's pretty much the easiest way to find these things, to the music, to the videos, to the YouTube, to the live versions we've got. So,
okay, all right. Well, everybody, go out to your favorite streaming media site and go to thejuliaset.com, like he said, and get all that music. I know he would love you for that. And speaking of that, we're getting ready to watch this video from you right now. It's called "Is This Your First Time?" I do believe is the title of it.
Yes.
Is there a story behind that song, or is it self-explanatory? Tell us a little bit about the song.
It's not really a personal. I know a lot of artists. You'll find some of the songs, they're very unique in their inception and the way they've been written. But then again, there are some songs which are very, very vague. This one particular one, it's not really a personal story. In fact, it's completely not a personal story at all. I didn't write it. Mike, the bass player, he wrote this one. It's a few fold actually, because it really lends itself to anything that you've done for the first time, whether it be maybe let's delve really deep here. Maybe it's the first time you know maybe lost your virginity. It's applicable to that. It's maybe it's the first time that you met the love of your life for the first time across a crowded bar. So it lends itself to that. The words themselves, it's pretty much about the fact that sometimes people struggle to make ends meet. And this is a story about a particular woman who it leans towards the fact she has a child that she's got to look after, hasn't got the money to do everything, so she has to find some way to get some cash flow. And the lyrics actually describe the fact that she's selling herself, selling her body to make cash. And in particular, the song points out the fact it's the very, very first time she's doing it. And if you want to read the lyrics, I think there are some somewhere. We've been discussing about, do we put lyrics up to these songs somewhere, or just leave them, or let people listen to them? If you really want to listen to it properly, you will listen and you'll hear that the words, oh, great. Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. One of the lines is, woman in the mirror has chosen her profession. She won't find any comfort in the solace of confession. So, it's a real kind of 50-50 decision she's got to make. And that's pretty much what it's about. But like I said, the song can lend itself to anything. The beauty of the music is, for anyone's music, is no matter what they've written it about, if someone's listening to it for the first time, or maybe they've heard it for the first time and they love the chorus, and years down the line, it's still one of the biggest songs in the playlist of their life because it means so much to them, reminds them of a time. So hopefully people won't see it that way, and they can use it in their own sort of life soundtrack rather than what the song's actually about.
Okay. Well, it is a great song. I played it a couple of times, and just thought I'd let you know that. And I know you out there are going to be excited to watch it too, and we'll get to that in a second. But Michael, thank you so much for being on the show. We'd love to have you back a second time if you got anything new to plug for us.
We've always got stuff to plug. We've got a couple of gigs coming up as well. We've got a big festival coming up in about a month's time. It's called the Maidenhead Festival. So we have a cameo guitarist for the next two gigs, a guy called Baz Francis. Maybe he'd like to come on the show. He's got his own music and his own name and his own band. So I shall give him a shout and see if he wants to give you a shout. But yeah, we've always got something to plug. All the songs are available to listen to. Most of them have got videos, and there's a story behind all of them. But I'm looking forward to. I hope people are going to enjoy this one. It's actually as well. This is the very, very first song that me and Mike actually original song that me and Mike actually recorded and released together. So another first time link to it. So. But yeah, anyway, I hope people enjoy it. It's a great song to listen to. It's an even better song to perform live. It's quite tiring, which is my fault because I wrote the melody for it anyway. So I can't complain about not being able to sing it because I wrote the vocals for it. So but yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's quite trippy, and there are lyrics in there somewhere along with it as well. So. Yeah, it's been a great pleasure being on here, Paul, and looking forward to the next time that we can do it again. It's easier.
Yeah, here it is. Is this your first time by the Julia set? And it starts right now.
guessing. You smooth out all the creases and you look like you're in business. Close the door behind you, 'cause the mirror is your witness. Open for a much better way. Rain, it'll be okay. Make your move or they'll get away. Don't care what the others will say. Do your thing and hope they will pay. Try to take it day after day. Want to run, but you have to stay. This is your first time. This is your first time. Well, you wish you could be different. You've missed your chance to choose now. There's got to be a winner, 'cause there's far too much to lose now. Keep it all together. Don't let them see you shaking. Convince them you're the real deal. Don't let them think you're faking. You're moving through the darkness. You can see no hesitation. You're moving with a purpose to your final destination. The moment that you get there, you show them you can hack it. But when the door is open, you switch to automatic. Hoping for a much better way. Praying it'll be okay. Make your move or they'll get away. Don't care what the others will say. Do your thing and hope they will pay.